This situation with me is it's not unfamiliar. People have told me, they've named everybody involved because they've had that experience, but nobody's prepared to come out and say anything. That's what the lawyer and the real estate company rely on. They rely on people's silence. And I'm sorry, if you're silent, you're colluding. I don't care. You're colluding with what's happened. And it means that this is going to happen to somebody else. I have not got anybody's blood on my shoulders.
Last time we spoke with Madam Ekria Bailey, who traveled all the way from the UK to Ghana to purchase a house for retirement, and how she lost over £30,000 due to a fraudulent and deceptive nature of a real estate company in Ghana. We also looked at the court process that she's been through, trying to get her money back, the challenges that she's experienced. And in this video, we are going to talk about one, naming the companies involved from the real estate company all the way to the legal firm, and two, the lessons learned, three, the payments which she has received so far, and four, an update to most of the questions asked in the previous video. If you missed that video, I'm going to leave a link in the description.
The lawyer had made an arrangement with the real estate company without seeking any advice or any comment or any agreement from myself. So saying and agreeing that they can pay in installments. Now the installments were going to be ending of July, ending of August, ending of September, ending of October. And that's three of those payments were going to be in the summer term. And I knew from the previous year that not a lot of legal things happened within that time. So I sent an email saying, what happens if they don't pay? To be honest, I don't remember what the reply was. The reply was the only thing I remember about the reply was, if they fail to pay on any of those dates, we can go back in October to court. And I said, I don't want to go back to court in October. I've had enough of that. But there's nothing I can do. Each time I get a challenge or something that I don't feel is correct, I have to think, well, what's more important? Is it more important for me to get the money at the end, or is this challenge more important? And I just have to back off. And that's how it's been, I would say, from October last year. It's like I feel like I'm backed in a corner because I need something, whether I think it's right or wrong. I have to accept everything that has been said or put in front of me. That email came at about 9:30, and then at 1:30 I got another email saying that the lawyer would actually be around and would assist in me getting my payments. So they changed their tune for whatever reason. They told me that they banked the July payment on the 26th of July and it would be cleared in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time happened. I contacted them to be told it hasn't been cleared yet, but by this time I know the game because I knew that the lawyer had been suspended.
Okay, so by now you're probably wondering, what's she talking about that the lawyer had been suspended? Well, according to Madam Ekria, she found out on social media that there was an article about the lawyer being suspended from the Ghana Legal Council for 7 years. And so for us, we couldn't just post this video without conducting our own research and doing our due diligence. So we went on the Ghana Legal Council website, and there's a link and a PDF document, which I'm going to put in the description below, which states that the lawyer had been suspended for 7 years due to certain professional misconduct, right? And to be fair to the lawyer, of course, we can't just post like one side of a story. We also went to her website, and I'm going to leave a link in the description as well, where she wrote an article or a document to set the record straight about the social media post that the Ghana Legal Council had posted. And so for you to be able to make a more informed decision, I would want you to read both articles after watching this video to the end, right? So that you have an idea of what has transpired. And so we continue with the video. Hope this gives you some context.
So I just emailed back and said I'm going to seek legal advice, and that was coming up to 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything from the lawyer or anybody in the firm. So I would say about 5 or 6 days ago, I contacted the real estate company, and I WhatsApped and emailed the contact that I have in the UK, and I explained the situation. I haven't had the July payment. You shouldn't be dealing with the lawyer because she's been suspended, and she was actually suspended on the 23rd of June. You handed her payment in July. So the future payments need to come directly to myself. And if they needed my bank account details, I could send it to them again if they don't have it, whatever. Yeah, it was words to that effect. I haven't heard anything from them. They acknowledged that I sent the email, that they received it, but...
So the real estate company has not acknowledged your mail?
They acknowledged the email,
Okay.
but they haven't followed up on it.
Okay.
There could be a possibility that they will pay at the ending of August, because that's what they need to do. There's nothing for me to believe that they will do that, because we've been doing, they know from January 2021 that I want my money. So I have no reason to really believe that they're going to pay at the ending of August. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. They've only acknowledged the email. They haven't said anything since. They haven't reached out or anything. And I need to say that the lawyer was suspended on the 23rd of June. We were due in court on the 24th of June, the day after. And in court, my legal team didn't turn up, and the legal team for the real estate company didn't turn up either, which was strange. Nothing was done that morning because apparently the judge had a meeting that she had to go to. So we were there. There were other people waiting for their cases to be heard and sorted, and nothing happened. My legal team emailed me and said, and they emailed me something like 9:30 when I'm in court, instead of sending me a text or a WhatsApp to say that everything had been adjourned. They didn't tell me why. They didn't say what was going to happen after. From then on, things just got very, very hazy. I didn't really know what was going on. And so basically, that's where we're at now. The July payment is with the lawyer. She acknowledged that they banked the check. I haven't received anything. I don't see the point in chasing her in this way because I'm achieving nothing. The real estate company, I have reason to believe that they knew if they handed that money to her, because they weren't in court on the 24th. So I have reason to believe that they knew. So why they were handing her in money on my behalf, why was she accepting it? You've been barred, you can't work. You're no longer a lawyer. So why did she receive the money? I don't understand. And it just highlights the deception, as far as I'm concerned, that is prevalent in Ghana. It's not everybody, yeah, but you have to understand the kind of lawyer, the person that we're dealing with, in terms of you could charge 1 million, you could charge 2 million, but you went to 3.2 million in legal fees and you knew that it was wrong. So that's the person that I've been dealing with. That there's no way I would have known that she would have done that. The operation, her business, she's been holding it for over 10 years. What I do know is people have dealt with her in the past and they know what she's like, and people haven't said anything. I got somebody today who rang me and they named her, they told me who she was, they've dealt with her before. The same person who introduced her to them there was the same person that told me that she's trustworthy, that she's competent. How are you going to know? She's been doing things. I actually did a review when I went to her offices in December. Google asked me to do a review of the company, and I put the review, I was very factual. And when I put the review, I got an email from her maybe 2 days after the review went up. She told me to take it down. She didn't like the fact that I said that the company run rings around you. She didn't like that. So I had to take it down because I have a choice. Either you take it down or you don't get your money at the end. But I did take it down, but I informed people that would see that the company told me to take my review down. So that's what I had to do. This situation with me is it's not unfamiliar. People have told me, they've named everybody involved because they've had that experience, but nobody's prepared to come out and say anything. That's what the lawyer and the real estate company rely on. They rely on people's silence. And I'm sorry, if you're silent, you're colluding. I don't care. You're colluding with what's happened, and it means that this is going to happen to somebody else. I have not got anybody's blood on my shoulder.
So what's the name of the real estate company?
The real estate company is Rehoboth Properties, which most people knew anyway, because obviously they've received the same treatment. You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, it's real estate company. The name is Rehoboth Properties. Yeah. And they're continuing. They haven't finished doing the Quebenia site. They're doing the Mensa. I think it's Mensa. There's another site that they're doing. You know, I think with the real estate company, it just became something about greed. I don't think in the beginning they set out to scam anybody. As I said, I saw 2 of their projects that they'd done from the beginning to the end. I knew they were building in Quebenia. I went on site. I saw that they were building. So up until that point, nothing. But I do believe that they're incompetent in terms of, I believe that the staff that they'd used to do the smaller projects is the staff that they're requiring to do the bigger projects, and that doesn't work. And that's where they went wrong. I feel that in Ghana, people are not accountable. You can do your business however you like. Nobody's going to hold you accountable, because we can see that even the law is not, it doesn't. And people have said that the law doesn't work in Ghana and all that kind of thing. But what are you doing about that? What are you doing about the fact that the law doesn't work? What are you doing about this height of deception? And why is everybody just looking at what things could have been done? Why are we not looking at holding people accountable? And even if you don't hold them accountable, tell your story. Tell your story, because if you don't tell your story, it means that somebody else is going to go through the same thing, and you're going to, I mean, what kind of human being are you that you just watch for somebody else to go through the same thing? I'm not part of that. I don't care. I don't care what the comeback is. I'm not interested. I'm not looking at that. Do the right thing. Somebody has to start doing the right thing. So, you know, I think they could have been accountable. In December 2020, I did ask them to pay half of my rent wherever I'm staying until the property is completed. And the response is exactly the response that I've not had, that they've repeated, where they just go quiet and bury their head in the sand. I'm telling everybody, to be honest, I'm not blackmailing anybody or anything like that. They will pay me my money. They will pay me my money.
So people keep asking, why didn't you go to the UK office? Why didn't you sue them in the UK?
Right, so I contacted a firm in the UK that I've used many times for other things, and they did a search of the Rehoboth Properties and their accounts that they had put on site, and they don't have any money in the UK, they don't have any assets in the UK. The offices that they have in Milton Keynes is because they wanted to start to do business in the UK. Obviously that hasn't happened, and that's why that's there. But there's nothing. My solicitor in the UK advised me to pursue it here because this is where they have their assets, which is true. It's the truth. They have nothing in the UK. So yes, they could try and do something, but where are you going to get the money from? They have no money in the UK. So no money that they're declaring in the UK. So there was no reason for me to pursue that.
Okay. And then people were also asking about the lady who introduced you to the real estate company that you went back to for a lawyer?
Okay, so that lady, it's quite interesting actually today, because she has an event in the UK, maybe now as we're speaking, encouraging people and supporting people to come to Ghana. So it's something that she's still doing. And this is the thing, what I'm saying, and she's been given sponsors as well to actually do what she's doing. I don't believe that she knew when she introduced me to the real estate company that this was going to happen. I honestly don't believe that she knew. Where I kind of have an issue is that I'm coming to you, I'm telling you that I've got a problem with them and I need legal representation. So you know there's an issue. I've never heard from her since. She's never said to me, how you getting on or whatever like that. So she put me onto another lady with a company that's, and they are efficient. They have business in the UK and they have business in Ghana. And I believe that they may have used a lawyer as well. But they spoke very highly about the lawyer. So this person put me onto the lawyer. So there's two people who did the referrals. There's one who did the referral for the real estate company, and then there's one who did the referral for the law firm. Yeah, the lawyer. Mm-hmm.
How could you pay for an like something which is not there? There's no fiscal property.
I didn't know enough about off-plan and stuff like that. I have lived in the UK for, as I said, and done business in the UK. This couldn't happen in the UK. And I think I was trying to avoid something like this happening. That's why I flew over from the UK before I spent any money to see if this was really happening. So when they said to me that, they sent me a letter in the August of 2020 to say, bring your payments up to date by 80% for completion in December. I believed that that was going to happen. I had no reason. I had one of their marketing people telling me and saying me that the project is moving, it's going. And he himself also said to me that it's going to be completed in December. I'm thinking, why would I think that anyone's lying? I'm sorry, that was naive of me because I didn't have enough dealings with Africa. I'm not a deceptive person. I don't engage in that. Hence the reason when the lawyer's telling me to go on site and be deceptive, no, you will not encourage me to do that. And that's one of the things that I think it needs to be said, you know, from people coming from outside. Don't get drawn into this deception. If you don't do it because they want you to do it or they want you. No, I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to do it. That's the reason why I didn't believe that the letter could be a lie. And having said that, again, the gentleman that I was dealing with in the UK who signed off that letter, again, didn't have information about what's going on site. I don't think he did. He just assumed when he was told to do that that's what it is. When I contacted him after I'd been on site, he did sound surprised, genuinely surprised. And he was genuinely surprised that I was here. And what I'm saying is actually what I've seen, right? So he was kind of querying, how do you know that? That wasn't what I think he actually believed. So that's why I made the payments up to 80%, because I believed with the letter and I believed in the person that was on the ground explaining certain things that this is going to happen. So I just went ahead. Yeah, fair enough, I've learnt that lesson. You need more than that, and you need somebody that's not attached to the whole Rehoboth thing. Or do you understand? To kind of verify for you.
So have you heard from any representative of Rehoboth since?
No. They've never ever, from January 2021, since we've been in court, they've never reached out in any way, shape or form. Nothing. And it's just, for me, it's just that they're just not accountable. And I think from day one, they just thought I would go away. Because they have other people. Actually, to be honest with you, when the second time that we went to court, and the judge then, he'd heard of them already. So obviously other people most probably have taken them to court. I don't know what the outcome, I don't know anything. But that judge did say something about, I've heard about them already, or something like that. So yeah, I've not heard anything from them. Right, so the law firm is F for Freddie, S for Sugar, B for Bertie, FSB. The lawyer, who is the founder of FSB, and I hope I get the pronunciation correctly, forgive me if I don't. So it's Francesca Sawar Botang. I do believe that she's a good lawyer in terms of her ability to do what you expect. I've been in court several times, the way that she's represented me, the way that she's done it in terms of the content and the energy that she gives to it. At the beginning, when we were working together, she actually seemed to be very caring. I remember once the court was adjourned. I think it was adjourned the week before, something like that. And I just I can't do this anymore. I don't know what's going on. How many times do we have to come here? I thought this was going to be straightforward. And when we left court, she would have a word with me about what's going to be happening next, how am I feeling? And this particular occasion, I couldn't answer because I felt if I opened my mouth, I was just going to burst into tears. So I was holding it together, and she said to me, I don't want to leave you without hearing what you're saying. And I remember that vividly, and that was the early days. I think the relationship switched when I wasn't obeying her. And she has got that bullying kind of tactics. I felt that energy, I am it. You do as I say, and you have to do what I say. It was that kind of relationship where it's very dictating. And because I began to speak up for myself and express how I felt about certain things, that's when the relationship started going left. I think sometimes when you get above yourself, and because you're doing so well, I don't know, I'm assuming these things, but the deception is real. The deception is real. You feel you can charge, you can say to me that I'm not going to charge you anything towards the anymore until the end, and then you can change your mind, because if I don't do what you want me to do, I'm not going to get my money. So I think that I've tried my best to look at it in a balanced way. I don't feel that she's a bad lawyer. I don't feel that she doesn't have the skills to do what she says she's going to do. I just think greed. I think greed and deception, definitely not being accountable. It would be interesting for me to find out, now that she's been suspended for 7 years, what responsibility she has to her clients. Because this is the thing, me as a client, I'm the one that's searching for information as to what happens now. I don't have no one's coming towards me from the establishment is the bar. Apparently they said it's the bar that she's received the suspension from, and the bar is not giving any information, or no one's saying, well, as her client, this is what happens to you. No one's informing the clients. We're left on our own. And that's the thing about Ghana, though. That's the thing that runs across the board. You run into any challenges and you have to fight for yourself. You have to fight for yourself. I've had to be at rent control. You try to get your money back from people that want to rent you property and want to just give you shabby service but take a lot of money. You have to fight for yourself. So I think that's the real downside, that you come on these challenges. I mean, I don't know a story like mine. I don't know yet how I've managed to get this far. I don't know. I've paid the price in a lot of ways. I think the main thing is, my mental health and my physical health. My physical health, I'm just holding on. I could have cancelled this today, because this morning and the previous mornings I'm feeling really kind of shaky and weak. But I think, my personality is what has to be done, has to be done. So I decided to just go ahead and share this. And the reason I'm doing this interview is I firmly believe that, and I've seen it, I've been in Ghana now for over a year and 10 months, and I've seen how people just go about their day-to-day life and not really thinking about somebody else. It's not everybody. But if this experience was exposed before, or even put on Google, or somebody else spoke about it, I most probably would have heard about it. Or at the beginning of engaging with the law firm, for instance, I would have known to just either remove myself and say I'm not going any further, which would have meant that I would have lost minimal amount of money. If we speak up, I think we're too much of a culture, especially, I have to say, in Ghana, where we just push things under the carpet and they don't go away. It doesn't go away because this harms the country. It actually harms the country. I know enough people in the UK. I've lived quite a while. I've belonged to quite huge establishments. It goes around. The word goes around, and this will go around. People that I didn't even think about sharing the information with has got hold of the information. So it doesn't just harm the legal practice, FSB. It doesn't just harm Rehoboth. It actually harms Ghana. Ghana needs people to invest and to come. I mean, my initial thing was buy the apartment, stay there for 2 years, and then offer free mental health support to those that I considered my brothers and sisters before I came here. I don't consider nobody my brother and sister here anymore. That's rubbish. That's nonsense. That doesn't belong to me. And I'm not in a position to offer free legal anything to anybody. I need the support myself. And in saying that, the support that I was able to pay for at the beginning when I came here, I had to cut it because I didn't have any more money. So I literally have to look after myself. So Ghana has lost out on an individual offering mental health support for nothing for the people of Ghana. And if I was doing it, I'm telling you, I could get 2 other individuals I know straight away. We would have set up, and even if we didn't offer free, it would have been at a very reduced rate. That's not happening anymore because I have to now look after myself. And in the future, when I'm doing any business, if I do business, if I stay or whatever, I'm always having to look over my shoulder. Who do I trust? How do I trust? If this goes wrong, who's going to help me? It's not really worth it, basically. So I think that's how people get drawn into just living on their own and not really being part of a community. And I think I should use this opportunity to kind of thank the people that have reached out to me, people have offered advice, people have offered money, people have offered free accommodation for me to access. It's that side of it for me. I didn't even think about those things, and those things kind of show you the balance that, you know, Ghana is what it is, and I'm struggling in this way, and there is corruption and there is deception, but there are people that can feel your pain and reach out and want to make a difference and to support you. And I want to say thank you to all of those people. The penny hasn't dropped that much because I don't have the energy to I can't respond at the moment to people. I don't have the energy to do that. I don't really read most of the messages at the moment because I have to focus each day on what I do. I can't do everything, but I do want to say from my heart, honestly, really, really, really from my heart, that I'm really, really, really grateful for the people that have reached out, and the fact that I haven't responded doesn't mean that anything negative. I just can't. Right now, I can't introduce any new people or any new things into my social circle because all of that has to be managed. I honestly don't know who to trust. So I prefer to kind of not really take advantage of those things. But I'm really, 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 really grateful. Thank you.